Alright, I guess we're doing this. I am Live the Truth, and today I'm going to be reacting to the One Piece manga chapter 1097. Last chapter 1096 was a pretty amazing chapter, albeit all over the place. Us seeing from God Valley's perspective, Figure and Garland, a bunch of other God Knights, some of the God Knights and upper celestial dragons participating in the human hunt. And we see Kumas and Evontron and some other slaves trying their best to get out. Guinea apparently leaked the information about what was going on God Valley to make a distraction so they can get out. And that's what ended up calling Rox and Roger and Garp to pull up. And we saw the Rox pirates in their totality, albeit except for Rox himself. But still, we saw the Rox pirates. We saw Roger pull up with his crew, a young Roger, and we see Garp pull up as well. It's all mayhem. We see Kuma get his devil fruit, him eat it, and save like 200, 500 something people. But then afterwards, since we're just following Kuma, we don't get to see the meats and potatoes of God Valley. We jump straight to the aftermath of it, the news being covered up, and Kuma and Kumochi living their life. Iwan-san wanted to go do his own thing, but Kuma and Kumochi are eating, trying to live honest lives, and they're crying because their bellies are absolutely full. So that's kind of where we left off in the last chapter. I assume we're still in Kuma's flashback, still trying to see things from his perspective. So I just want to see how we're going to go forward in his chapter, in his flashback, because Kuma is up there as one of my favorite characters. So One Piece chapter 1097. Let's see what we got in store. Okay, chapter 1097, Guinea. So it looks like we're getting some info on Guinea this chapter. And we have cover request. Kuma catching a salmon in a river. He popped the salmon. Oh, that's great. Inappropriately timed, but that's great. 8 years after the God Valley incident. 30 years ago from the current date. So some time has passed. Days and months passed by. Please help me, Kumochi. I've been coming here since your pal was around. It came as a nasty shock when you all went and disappeared on us. The Sorbet Kingdom, South Blue. But it's comforting to know you grew into such a sweet boy. Your parents did a great job. I'm sure they'll be so proud of you becoming a bona fide, what's that, clergyman? Pastor Bartholomew Kula, age 17. Man is huge. It looks like he's taking some pain out of an elderly lady. There are hardly any youngins left in this country these days. It's no wonder we're getting poorer and poorer. Ah, what a relief. I feel so much better. Bless your soul. Me next. My hips are killing me. You got a line of people hoping for them to take their pain away. We can't thank you enough. God bless your miracles hands. Can't you do this on the weekends too? Fat chance. Sundays only. We're doing you freeloading old bag. Where do you freeloading old bags get off asking for even more help? So we see Guinea now, age 21. Don't change the subject. And why are you wearing a shirt that says sister? That's so like wearing a shirt that says boy. It's so advertised. Haha, we've gotten the attention of Little Miss Cheapskate. Quit flapping your gums. This isn't a nursing home. I tell you to wash your mouth out if you weren't such a cutie pie. I heard there's no end to the number of suitors that come knocking at her door. Don't change the subject. None of them have a chance with Kumochi here, though. Just looking into that calm face of his is enough to comfort anyone. You're too kind. You're the one who's too kind. Kuma just smiling. To tell you the truth, we love to donate and support our Kumochi, but we've all been struggling just to meet the celebrities' tribute recently. I'm sure you've heard about the new king, right? They say King Bakori is a cold-hearted monster. He's hell-bent on paying the tribute, and he doesn't care about whether us old farts are too sick to contribute. If we can't, they'll lock us up. He's the worst. The other day, an acquaintance of mine ended up starving to death in their cell. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we can see the tyranny in play. So it's leaving room for Kuma to want to make his come up, well, not want to, but for the citizens to want Kuma to lead them. Can you believe that? That miserable king of ours won't even feed his prisoners. He's even more of a cheapskate than you, Guinea. Yet he's happy to bend over backwards for those celestial dragons. If we don't stay in good health, we're gonna get killed. I can get rid of any pain or mild illness you need, so just come to me. Please visit every week. Thanks so much, Komochi. And he waves them goodbye. And what's that big bowl paw? Oh, that's the pain that he's been pushing out. Okay, so he pushes out everyone's pain, and then once everyone leaves, he takes that pain in on himself. Yeah, that sounds like Kuma, self-sacrificing kind of Kuma. Oh my goodness, that's crazy though. Man is screaming at the top of his lungs, just passed out afterwards. Of course, getting there, just crying, having to sit through this. They have no idea of taking on any of their pain, Komochi. And you keep doing this week after week. It can't be helped. If someone doesn't shoulder the burdens, that pain and suffering of theirs just won't disappear. It'll be left to fester, returning to haunt them again and again. Man has a bag of ice over his head, and his nose stuffed. Oh my god, he looks a wreck. More than anything, I'm just glad I can do something to help them feel happier. I'm sorry for putting you through this though. I'll get stronger so you won't have to worry about me. Man, like, I'm sorry you have to take care of me, so I'll get stronger so you have to take care of me even though I'm torturing myself, taking on everyone else's pain. Oh my goodness, that's such a good-hearted nature. That's not the point. Hey, we got a little food as thanks for today. Let's eat. Woohoo, dinner time. They're eating. 25 years ago, so we're skipping before more in time. Kuma's now 22. So from 17 to 22. Kukumochi, let's get, okay, that's out of nowhere. Let's get married. Huh? We can't. What the hell's with the reaction? Of course we can. You love me, right? Just admit it, dope. Wouldn't it make you happy? I'm sure it would, but the thing is, just take me. I'm the one with the Buccaneer blood. My wife is normal. Please let her and my son go. He's remembering what happened with his dad, and when I don't know how he remembers that exact moment. Was he still like a toddler or something? But he remembered when his dad, just by having him, how that turned out. Ooh. I don't want to make you unhappy. Look at this. It's another article about those freedom fighters. They finally issued wanted posters for them after they incited riots in several countries. Dragon. Look, he's so cool. He's like a hero. Dragon without the tattoo, a young dragon. One day I want to head out to sea and dedicate my life to saving people too. That explains why he started looking up the dragon. Hello, is anyone home? Ginny, our sweet muse. We had a massive haul today. Please help yourself. So they caught a bunch of fish to give them food. Thank you so much, Mr. Fishmonger. Ouch. Why'd you throw the thing at him? Then, 22 years ago from the current date, something major happened. The people you've kidnapped, let them go. Save us, Komochi. Castle Town, the Kingdom of Sorbet, when Kuma was 25. What are you yelling about, you big oaf? Are you trying to pick a fight with the royal army? That's treason, you know. He's apparently a pastor from some church in the southern province. Hey pastor, didn't you hear about the new law? We're allowed to do whatever we want to southerners. You're planning on enslaving them? Oh my goodness. I won't let this pass. Immediately, like, no. Slave? No. He's a rebel. My liege, the new policy. The people might find it hard to swallow. It is of no coincidence they'll soon grow accustomed. They'll soon grow accustomed to their new status before long. It won't bother them. They'll all come to see the Southerners for the vermin they are. That's a horrible king. The Kingdom of Sorbet, the Castle Kingdom of Sorbet. You see a map of how everything's set up. Kumochi's church and the old folks village. So the Kingdom of Sorbet split up in the north and the south area. Kuma's church so happened to be in the south area where all the old folks live. From this day forward, the borders of Sorbet shall stop at the edge of the northern province. The amount of celestial tribute is decided by a country's population, you see. Will no longer be weighed down by all old fossils in the south. We must cut this cancer so the fitness of this glorious nation can thrive. Wow. So they said, hey, this tribute is crazy. So all y'all old people are weighing us down, making us have to pay higher taxes. Yeah, we don't recognize y'all anymore as part of us. So not only will our taxes go down, now we can do whatever we want. We can just offer you if we wanted to. That's terrible. So Kuma's in jail. Oh my goodness, they really jailed my man. Tell me, what made them arrest you too? We raised hell trying to get them to free you, Kumoshi, Jenny, and everyone else. Got arrested with them. They gave us a thrashing in the end. Jenny, this country is on the brink of becoming a cesspool of bigotry and hate. King Bakan is a celestial dragon puppet. The new policy was given to him from the ones higher up. If you plan on staging a rebellion, you'll be signing up to fight the world government. Who are you guys? Your Majesty, we must flee. As if we could let you escape. This is what you get. You wanna be celestial dragons? You make me sick. That looks like a silhouette we know. The king's been overthrown. His slavery laws are no more. Thank goodness. I hated it. What? And so the mysterious band saved the kingdom of Sorbet from corruption of the world government. Looks like the man you recommended went out there the rampage. Went out on a rampage? You're going to love him, dragon. Kuma, Guinea, I see you've gone and gotten yourselves caught. Lucky for you, I was in the neighborhood. No way, big bro? Is that you, Iwan-chan? And that man you're with, isn't he? Kuma, if you're still anything like you used to be, how about coming with fuss and changing the world? The onset of the great pirate era and the tragedy of Ohara spurred these freedom fighters to take arms against the corrupt reigns of the world, starting numerous insurrections. If it didn't take long for the two pillars of the movement to become three, as Dragon, Iwan recruited Kuma to their cause. This organization would adopt a new name, one that echoed around the world. The Revolutionary Army. Hey! Guinea, Kuma, Dragon. So, obviously, Iwan-chan being the person he is, went out first and became a revolutionary, met Dragon, did that whole thing. But afterwards came back, saved Kuma's kingdom while they were in their middle, whatever they were going through, and then pulled Kuma and Guinea over to the Revolutionary Army. 20-some odd years after they last saw him. And of course you ain't gonna forget Kuma's face or his way of speaking. So of course they knew him. And of course you ain't gonna forget Iwan-chan's face and way of speaking. Oh my goodness. We're still lacking funds. So they're with Dragon now. We're still lacking funds. For now we must act like mercenaries, supporting those who already have a will to topple their monarchy, fueling their rebellious spirits. All our recruits get weapons training drilled into them. I want to grow into a boundless army spread throughout the world. Where did you learn about weapons, Dragon-tan? I spent some time with the Navy. Unfortunately, I found no justice there. Time with the Navy. So Garb Athlete got him into the Navy for a bit of time. He was like, nah, it's too corrupt for me, dog. I'm out. Marine or revolutionary? He's a man determined to help others. You can rely on me, Dragon. You won't regret joining us. Well, I'll be. Look who's back. I'll be coming home every now and then when I worry about you all. You're so sweet, Komochi. So he came back to Sobeki and check up on them. And thus, after 8 years would pass, the sun would continue to rise and set like normal. Until 14 years ago, a certain kingdom. You look excited, Ginny-san. Is that obvious? Can you blame me though? Captain of the Revolutionary Army Eastern Forces, Guinea. We're so close to the day where we can get to link up with Komoshi's squadron. I'm so happy I can hardly breathe. Captain Kuma, that lucky dog. He's won the heart of the lady we all admire. Huh? You creeps admire me? Gross. Your words stink, boss. The Revolutionary Army, Baltogo. I think this is their base, their old base. Dragonsan. Guinea's being captured?
Oh,
The enemy took us by surprise. Please forgive us. And chapter end. And we're ending with Guinea being captured. This chapter, wow. This was a speed run through Kuma and Guinea's life. Years from like 8, 12, 7. Well, I think it jumped from like 12 to 14 however old to 17. And then it's like 25, 22, 25, 30. We really went through their whole timeline. Kuma and Guinea been together literally from the point where they were free from slaves to meeting the Revolutionary Army to being in the Revolutionary Army to whatever happens now. I see why she loves him. I see why. I'm surprised they ain't married way back when. I understand why Kuma was hesitant to marry her, considering what happened. Like, he ain't trying to end up in a situation where he ends up having to be a slave and raise a son as a slave like his dad. He's not trying to do all that. But you in the Revolutionary Army now, man. You can get away with it. Been in there for years. I don't know why he still ain't put a ring on it. But regardless, it looks like we're getting more and more Kuma's story, and we're building out the lore of the Revolutionary Armies at the same time. To think that, yeah, the Sorpei Kingdom had a crazy king doing some crazy things, making some crazy laws. I think Evo tried to hit the nail on the head. The Celestial Dragon wannabe. He was like, we're gonna cut top of the South. The South not even one of us. We can do whatever we want. He was talking some hot mess, doing some wildness. So yeah, that kingdom needed to be free and revolutionized. But then to pull Kuma into the mix, and then they'll go all around the world starting riots, becoming mercenaries for the money, but still seeing the progression, the growth of the Revolutionary Army. Wow. Kuma's life story has ties to so many things in the world. So many. I understand why I waited so long. But when you think about all the big names that we met as warlords, warlord big names, Doflamingo, his status ridiculous, his history ridiculous. Mihawk, we don't even know his history, but world's greatest swordsman, and obviously the muscle behind the Emperor, ridiculous. Kuma, ridiculous. All these people were meeting like pre-time skip. Oh my goodness. Rewatching One Piece after having context is going to be a mind meld. And Kuma's flashback, when we come to an end of it, we're gonna all look at Kuma completely differently, and I think it's gonna make us all cry every time we see him. I'm on the edge of tears now, just thinking about it. But this chapter was basically a speed run through Kuma's life story, through certain years, certain key parts of him and Guinea's life story. I'm assuming now that Guinea's been captured, we're going to start wrapping up in the next few chapters. But this has been One Piece chapter 1097, and I have been Liv D. Truth. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm out of here.